I haven't seen a sign here recently, so I don't really know. So it looks like we're going to speed up in the next one. So I don't know. Maybe we kind of coast. We're going way over 60 though. Okay. So that wasn't terrible. I was getting nervous there. I feel like I'm in Colorado right now. Like, this feels like the Rio Grande going through, like, the Rockies. Oh, no. Oh, shoot. It's, again, the middle of the night in Derail Valley. We can see the moon right there. All right, so we're back for another Derail Valley video. Hey, this is like the third right in a row. We're doing, we're on a roll as far as doing Derail Valley stuff. Look at this truck over here. Turbo intercooling. Wow, okay. Well, anyway. So, in this video, we are at Coal Mine East. Adjust my mic there real quick. So yeah, we're at Coal Mine East in this video. And why are we here? Well, I've never been here yet. Let me rephrase that. I haven't been here yet. So I wanted to go somewhere I haven't been. And that is Coal Mine East. Because as far as places that I've gone to, I'm pretty sure that Coal Mine East is on that list, Iron Mine West, and I think this right here is the oil refinery. I think I've been there, but these other places I have not been. I also haven't been to the CMS down here, which is Coal Mine South. I also may not have been to FRS. I don't think I've been to the forestry place either. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to go somewhere new. When I teleported here, I didn't realize it was gonna also make it really dark out, but that's okay. The first thing we need to do here is determine, since I kind of just traveled here, I did a fast travel, is to see if, like, oh, I don't want to do that. I thought maybe I could turn the thing on, is to see if we can actually, there's a bed back here. What is this? What do you need? Giant. Oh, I thought that was sugar for a second. I'm like, why do you need that much sugar? That's cement. That's a weird place to store cement. It's also a weird place to store whatever this is. It's probably water. Toxic waste. That is exactly what you would expect to see in a rail yard. Anyway, yeah, so I think what we're going to try to do here is see if we can find an engine over here. Sometimes you find a locomotive, parked in these places. We might have luck and we may not. And if we don't, we're going to have to figure out another plan. It's so dark. Oh, perfect. Yeah, there's a DE6 here. That is excellent, because we're going to need one for this, because we're probably hauling coal loads, but I don't understand why there's boxcars here too. That's strange to have some boxcars. Mining equipment I understand, and there's some coal. So yeah, let's do this. Let's get that DE6 fired up, and let's get a train out of Coal Mine East. I wish I could have seen it in the daytime. I guess I could if I just fast forward a tiny bit here. Maybe that's what we'll do. What we'll do is go back to first person. We'll take a nap. then we'll wake up, and then we'll try to do something here. Yeah, let's, to 205? Wow, it is, okay. 305. 405, let's do that. That's a good time. All right. Back awake now, and all right, I have to find my way. This is kind of a maze in here. All right, this is the way out, and we need to find what we've got here for things and stuff. It looks like it's all going to the steel mill. So let's see, we're here, and we got to go up, and then we have two ways to get there. We can go this way. That's not going to work very well. There's no easy way to get to the steel mill from here. I think that we're going to come out this way, go down, and then maybe come back up. And then if we swoop, or yeah, if we take the track here that kind of leads down into the goods factory, we can do the loop-de-loop and then go over the, that might be the path of least resistance to, ooh, I wonder, that actually might be pretty steep. Let's go ahead and find out real quick. Let's see. Gotta check I gotta consult the map. So yeah, I mean, there's a pretty steep grade coming out of there anyway. And then oh, this map doesn't show the entire route. This track through here is just sort of, okay, well, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk this because I want to take this path anyway. I haven't been along this route, and that's sort of the theme of this video, is just doing things I haven't done yet in Derail Valley. So we're going to take that route where we basically bypass or go through the goods factory and then head towards steel mill. So we're going to take the bigger one, which is 800 tons, and I guess we can consult the, the last video I did was the steam engine, so I have all the tools to make a steam engine work. I need to get out this book. Also maybe this. Okay, so the DE6 can handle 1,000 tons uphill in the, what is the weather going to be today? Where's the weather? Where is the weather at? Okay, so weather's not going to be terrible. Let's see, 12 o'clock, or not 12 o'clock, 1,200 tons upgrade. So, and 3,000 on a good day on flat terrain. So that being the case, we have 800 here, additional 400. We can't take both, but we will take the bigger one. And what else? Were there empties that we could handle too? Where's that going? That's machine factory. Nothing going to the goods factory though. Okay, we're just going to take this. We're going to keep it simple today. So we're going to do that, and then we can look through here and see what we got. We need to go to B3 track, and that's where we're going to pick this up. So we can go this way, I believe, is where the coal loads were at. Yeah, so these are the box cars. There's a lot of box cars for a coal mine. Okay, so here's the engine we're going to use. And then over here is B3, so that's the track we're going to. All right, let's do this. Let's get this engine going here. I'm kind of curious to know, like, are all these engines numbered differently? Like, are there like a specific, like each one of them like sort of like unique with their engine number? Because this one's like with LO21, so I don't think I've handled the LO21 yet. I wish that numbers were like kind of just posted right here. Let's climb up. Okay, so first things first, we'll get the electrical going. Go up, up. There we go. And then turn you on. Okay. Okay, come over here and turn the lights on now. There we go. Got some lights going. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, so then we just got to come out of here. It is starting to get light out now, which is great. I like a nice early morning start. Come on, man. Let's get this door. There we go. And then close that up. Bloop. And got you closed up there. Can sit down here, and let's say we can just go straight out. And then that's actually pretty easy. Maybe while we're like sitting here though, we just consult this map and make sure we don't have any complications as far as the track layout goes, because that could be an issue. It looks like the way we're pointed right now, we're pointed outwards, which means this is going to be an easy departure, and I'm gonna go based on that and not worry too much about it. We got to get the brakes cut in. Perfect. All right, so we'll start pulling forward here. We want to come out and then just go over to B3. Yeah, wait a minute, where's B3 at? That was C yard. So I must be confused. That's where the B yard is. Okay, so we got to go over that way. That's fine. Okay. Let's see. Can we just do it from here? That'd be great. Can't really tell which. Does that say A? Okay. All right. Let's go to fly mode real quick here. We're gonna need to get that switch probably. This is A. That's A right there. These are the B tracks, though. Okay, so B3's right here. All right. Just so we don't have to backtrack if we, go the wrong way. I can get back into first. Well, that's actually really pretty. Look at that. Wow. Hold on. Look at the bridge we go over. Wow. Very nice. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to make quick work of this whole thing. So we're gonna, last place we were at was the sawmill. We're gonna go to CME for Coal Mine East. Or maybe we're not. We may, yeah, maybe we're not doing that. Oh, maybe it's got to be like in the cab here. Okay. I had like the paper outside the cab. All right, Coal Mine East, and then from here we've already done this thing. We're already sort of pointed towards, and then we want to be pointed towards B yard, which we are, and then we can go to B, and we want to make sure that we're pointed towards B3. So this has to go to the left, and this has to go to the right, and then that should take us right into where we need to go. And then that way we won't have to mess with switches anymore. Right. So, okay, cool. We'll just go ahead, put ourselves in reverse, which we already are. Come off the brake. Okay. Good so far. Okay, so then that switch is good, and yeah, so we've got ourselves lined up properly, which is fantastic, and we can just tie right onto the... This is the first coal train I've had in Derail Valley. Perfect. Okay, let's just hope that we actually stayed in position there. Sometimes these cars roll when you bump into them a little too hard. I'd say that was a good one. Okay, cool. So then we can get the air hoses hooked up. Was that? Oh, that was on there. Okay. It didn't look like it was on there. Didn't look like the coupler was on, but it is. And we got the air hoses set. And now we just got to find that handbrake, which these handbrakes are sort of in a weird position compared to the rest of these cars. Like the rest of them, they're like on the side over here, but then on these cars, they're in the... Okay, let's see. So that's good. And that one's good. So that means that the handbrake is on the other side. Right? Yeah, that one's... So the handbrake's on the other side, which means we need to go all the way down to the end. Let's see. Hold on. Is it on this car? On this side of the car? Nope. Gotta go down to the B end. B end, where the handbrake is, there is the handbrake. Okay. All right, climb back up. And then we'll be on our way. I'm just going to get that closed up just for a minute here. So we do need to consult our schematic here just to see. Make sure we got our switches properly lined for ourselves. When we reach this point, we are going to want to take a left, a right. We want to take a right there. Here we want to stay right. Here we want to go left. That's going to take us through goods factory. stay left here, and that'll get us to the steel mill. We also, at this point, should probably look at the goods factory just to make sure that we route ourselves properly, because we're going to come in through the D yard here. And so we need to make sure that those aren't going to matter. We come around to the C yard, and then we can cross. It looks like we almost have to look at each of these individually here. Let's look at D real quick. I just want to make sure that we have a straight route. We're good there. We're good there. That'll make sure that... So that ensures that we stay... That ensures that we stay on the right path. And we're not... This is a weird one. C yard is weird. I think if you go through 3... I think you want to say straight? That's tough. Okay. Because they're like both loading tracks there. Like, I don't think you're meant to... Okay, so you come through C. And then you got to go through B. If you go through C the other way, it looks like you can go straight through. So that's what we want to make sure of. So I want to make sure we stay we'll go stay left here. We stay right on this track. I don't know what is possibly like occupying these other tracks right here, which that could be a problem. We'll just have to kind of take it easy through goods factory, I suppose, but we need to check B just to make sure, because we're going to come through there straight. That means we're coming through here. Still don't know what the loading track is going to be. Good. I don't know if any of these tracks are really going to be... There's going to be cars in one of these tracks, so we just have to make sure that we do this properly. So we got the train put together. It's really raining out. It's just... This was like the part where I said that it wasn't raining. It was actually supposed to rain around 6 a.m., so... You know, right on cue, it's raining. Hopefully, it doesn't stick around for too long. We're just going to we're going to get our windshield wipers going here. And we're just going to go for it. Because we can do it. We can do this thing. We don't need to wait for better weather. We can just make the train go. It does help to have the brakes off. When the brakes are off, then you can go. When the brakes are on, you can't go. Apparently, I need to remember that. Okay, we got that working there. All right, so... Doing okay so far. You can definitely feel the weight on this one. It's kind of struggling a little bit, even with it, even us like just starting out on a flat surface here. It's my cats are they're going through it in the last couple days, because we got a kitten, and so the bigger cat is sort of he's trying to make himself kind of establish himself as the dominant one, but the little kitten, she's not having it. She's a fighter. She throws hands. So there's definitely a struggle going on there, and then the dog is kind of in the middle of it. Okay. Let's see. Y coming up. Got a good... Oh, what happened? Always weird when that does that. It makes that weird sound. Like the train's not... Or like the traction motors aren't loading. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, so looks like we're good there. I was kind of hoping for like a really nice view on this bridge, but I don't think we're going to get that, unfortunately. I wanted to take a screenshot, which I just did. It is a very elaborate bridge to go to a coal mine, you know? And I've heard of like railroad industry, like the railroad companies like building, you know, doing some pretty big engineering projects just to reach one customer, but it certainly seems a little off. Like they have this giant stone bridge. We're not going to talk about this thing right here, whatever this is. I'm just going to ignore that. I wish from like this angle I could control the train. I don't think I can. Oh no, I guess I can. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I thought I couldn't control the train when it was in like that, when I'm in like this view mode right here, but apparently I can, so that's good to know. I think we're making it. I think we're making it now. And then there's just another big bridge over here that we've got to make it over to. Traction motors overheating. Well, that's not good. That just will not do. We're going to have to come off the throttle a little bit. Okay, goodbye to Coal Mine East. It was great seeing you for the first time. We are now on our way to the steel mill via Goodstown, or Goods Factory in town. I feel like I'm going too fast. Go ahead and put her into dynamics right now because I'm just getting the feeling that we're not, I think we're going downgrade. But I haven't seen a sign here recently, so I don't really know. So it looks like we're going to speed up in the next one. So I don't know, maybe we kind of coast. We're going way over 60 though. Okay, so that wasn't terrible. I was getting nervous there. I feel like I'm in Colorado right now. Like, this feels like the Rio Grande going through, like, the Rockies. Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Well, that's not good. Oh. Oh, okay, well. Oh, goodbye. All right. They're just going to keep rolling. I was going too fast, apparently. Okay, now they're going to stop. That's not going to help me at all, because they're over there in a tunnel. I don't know if I'm going to be able to move this thing all the way over there. That's not good at all. Okay, well. Man, I'm really digging the stone arch bridges. These are so cool. Yeah, this absolutely feels like the Rio Grande right here. It had to be what they were going for when they were doing this. Of course, that's the only thing I can think of. There could be something in Europe, too, that looks just like this, you know? Okay, so we're coming around this turn now, and this is going to start taking us back up towards the goods factory. And then once we get back up there, we'll be able to... I think we kind of took the scenic route. To think about it now, like, I don't think this was the fastest way to get to where we were going. But then again, if you really look at, like, where we're at, like, you got Coal Mine East over here, and then you go up, but you can't just, like, come back down and then take a right turn there. You have to do this big loop-de-loop thing and then go down towards the steel mill. So I think either way, you're probably about the same distance. Okay, so coming into this tunnel right here, we are right at the speed that we were supposed to be at. I could get those lights off. I don't want to go much faster because it was level terrain. I guess we can speed up here. So we must be remaining on level terrain for the moment. Keep our eye on that map because when we do get close, we still got one more. We just got to make sure we are watching ourselves once we get to the goods factory. No, I'll speed up. I'll speed up. I said we could do 70, so we'll do 70. Sorry, I slowed that thing down because I'm like, we're going way too fast around that corner. Gosh, okay. Well, at least we saved it. I thought we were done. I was just like, I'm just gonna record whatever happens here because it's not gonna go good. But we're all right now, so I think we've got ourselves. I think we got ourselves okay. We're coming through this really long tunnel. What do we got? A downhill grade? Yeah. No, uphill grade. Okay, so. Whoa. All right. we're not even anywhere near 80 right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and keep her moving. Oh, maybe actually come up on the throttle a tiny. Nah, we're going a little bit too fast now. I can see we're increasing. So should be coming up to the junction up here where we need to be making a right turn to go towards the goods factory. And we're doing 58, so we'll come off that. Come off the throttle, I'll get some dynamic going. I think that should be good. Okay, so obviously we're good to just kind of cruise through here a little bit faster than I thought it would be. I thought we were going to have something closer to that 3 coming around the corner there, so I think we're good. Got a grade right here too, so we'll start picking up speed. I think I kind of like the, I kind of like this edge of the map right here. Like, a lot of, really scenic. It's very mountainous. Kind of reminds me of Colorado, a bit like the Rio Grande, the Rocky Mountains, and all that stuff. Kind of enjoyable. I think overall the trying to do something different, go somewhere I haven't been before, is kind of paid off a little bit, so that's a plus. Okay, now we gotta slow down. And what are we at right now? Well, you know what? Honestly, I think we're actually at a good speed. So we're at 40. We needed to go 30. Yeah, it really wants us to go 3 for some reason. I should probably just enough to make sure that we're not. That's probably good right there. Like, I do think we're still going upgrade, so we don't need to put too much like effort into braking. And then just double checking again. Yeah, we're coming up to where we need to make a left here so that we go down towards. And the thing is I do believe it is a downgrade through there, so that means we're not gonna need to worry about like stalling out or anything. So I think slowing down is just fine. Yeah, I think we're good on the speed. I think we're coming up to like 20 right now, so we can even throttle out just a tiny bit. And the switch is good, which is also let's see, we can do 40 through here, so yeah, we can definitely. I'm gonna go a little bit on the throttle, but I'm not gonna go too hard on the throttle just because I think we're gonna be downgrade right here. So honestly, we'll just back off the throttle altogether here. And then as we start to pick speed up again, like, yeah, I mean, we're already picking up speed pretty well. I'm going to just go ahead and just get that dynamic brake engaged with the hopes that basically we can kind of just slow that needle down. And as long as we slow that needle down and kind of keep the speed under control, we can just kind of coast on our dynamics here. And that should be enough to just ease us into goods factory. Now, I've been on this portion of the line right here, So I am sort of aware of like how it all works. You slowing down now? Yeah, well, we're slowing down again. I wasn't expecting that. I thought this was all downhill right here, but apparently not. So I'll come off a little bit, but we're probably going to pick back up. Yeah, see, we can get back over to the controls here so I can see what's going on. Yeah, see, the needle's starting to move again, so I'm going to keep it around 40 just because I feel like that's a safe speed through here. I know it's telling me I can go a little bit faster, but we're actually touching about almost 50, but I'm not going to worry too much at the moment. I know that we're going to be coming up to the goods factory, and what happens is it kind of just rolls up on you, so the wheels are really, they're really squealing through that curve, so yeah, and flanges do not like that whatsoever. But it's telling me we can do 60, so I don't know. I'm just gonna try to keep that needle as still as possible on the speedometer. Okay, and then this right here, I believe, is where we start to kind of dip down. We can already see a stack in the foreground there. Or not the foreground, no, in the background. We can see that stack there, so I'm going to go ahead and put some brake on, because I do want to check the switches before we get too far into the goods factory. Yeah, so let's get you if you're not careful. It will get you coming in down this track, this section of track. Now I did like preemptively come through here and line all these switches. Well, I used the paper to do that, the schematic, and I think it paid off so far because we can get right through here. Blow the horn for the crossing. Pick up speed now. Actually, I can't because I gotta come off with dynamics. There we go. This side I wasn't too concerned about. It's when we loop back around to the other side, that's where my concern comes in. Is there's in that section, I believe there's like a stub track that'll catch you if you're not careful, so we're just gonna have to see when we get around the corner there. Got a couple engines parked out over there. Looks like a DE2 and a DH4. I haven't run a DH4 in a while. We might have to do that. Might be fun to get back into one of those engines. This little corner right here. it's a tight curve right here, very tight curve. Basically looping back around, and then we're going to be going out the opposite way, and actually that's going to be kind of cool because we'll be able to speed up a little bit along that segment. So now let's see, we're going to stay straight on this track, and then it looks like ahead it's a straight line, so I think that's good. I think that gets us through the, yeah, I think that gets us through everything without issue. Perfect. Okay. Whoops. I'm gonna pick up speed a little bit now. Leaving town here. And I believe we go through a tunnel. Yeah. I believe it's downgrade. Now, we're coming up on one of my favorite sections of track. This flat area between goods factory and the steel mill is fairly flat, so you can kind of open up. I think this is one of the few areas where you can just really open up a train, not have to worry about a bunch of tight curves. You're going to go ahead and get that dynamic going. Just to be safe. We do have another curve coming up here, which might be a little on the tighter side, so we'll go too fast just yet, but we will open up once we get out there. Let's see, it looks like we're lined properly, which is great. Well, we're good for the speed there, so we'll come up there. We'll come off of it now. We did still kind of take that a little aggressively, but that's all right. I think once our last cart clears, which should be just ahead here, we should be clear. We can start opening up, and it's probably right about here. We'll start picking up speed. This is where you're going to get most of your high speed running. It's looking a little hazy out in the distance there. I'm thinking we might start running into more weather as we come up to the steel mill here. Yeah, there we go. 100 kilometers per hour. That's what we're looking for. I don't think we can get up to that speed. I don't know if we'll make it up that far because, I mean, we only have so much power behind us right here. And we do want to kind of keep an eye on it too, because it is fast running, which means it takes less time to cover the distance, and so even though it appears to be far away, it's not actually going to be that far once you kind of get moving. So don't want to go way too quick. But don't want to, kind of forget what's going on. It's easy to do, especially when you kind of your mind kind of goes at ease out here, not having to pay attention. You can already see, I think that's the steel mill right there, way off in the distance. So we already have the destination in sight. Go ahead and hop on that dynamic brake now. That right there is the shop area. That's where you start in Derail Valley. That's like your first... starting point. That's where you spawn out at. Okay, let's see. We're slowing down. We need to determine what track we are going to set these cars out to. It's going to be B3I. Feel very familiar with B3I. I think that was the last track we went into. We might actually be lined up already for it. Actually, we're not. We got to get back to this. Get at least this switch lined up. Okay, so I think that's set. And B3I is going to be lined... No, it's not. Close. I think it's this one. That should be B3I. No, that's B4. So it's the next one, which was already lined up. Okay, cool. So we're already lined in. That was easy. And then we can pick the speed back up again here. So we're lined there, we're lined there. And then we're lined into B3I. Cool. If you haven't noticed what my style of operating an engine is it's pretty much just, it's either idle or full throttle. There's no in between. It's more or less just I'm in a constant state of reactivity. And we'll just pull this right on up to the other side. And then, because I have to pop this track anyways, at least that way I know that I'm in the clear. I think that should do it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the train. Alright, I think we're in the clear. Go ahead and climb down. get this baby tied down. All right. Come on. Whoa. Why won't you go? Okay. Okay, got that. Got that. Oops. Well, I think that's fine. Now we just gotta cut away. Oh, I guess I gotta be on it. Duh. And now, brake on, and fast track ourselves down to the station office to go turn this in. Back to the steel mill. This is a spot I spend a lot of time at. And let's see what we got. Excellent. 57 with a $19,000 bonus on top of everything. Perfect. And then we can pay down our fees. Yeah, that's just skyrocketing. Look at how fast that goes up. Confirm. Continue. No, I would just rather pay the fee and be done. Okay. All right, well, that was the video. Thank you for joining me. And in the next one, hopefully very soon, we will do something else. Maybe a shunting activity, because we haven't done a shunting activity in quite some time. So I think that's what we'll do in the next video, is go and move some cars around somewhere. I don't think it's going to be here at the steel mill, but we'll figure it out when the time comes. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.